right, Don, just how's it feel? We're approaching the beginning of the season, your first season with the Gophers. How's orientation and all that been going?
Yeah, our young ladies are doing a great job. Their intensity, their willingness to try new things and to learn is at a very high level. So it's been a lot of fun.
Anything in particular that you're working on with this team as you bring fresh leadership to them?
Well, I think there's just a lot of little things that we're trying to work on right now, how to be more efficient offensively. And then as we get into games, there's a whole awareness piece. So let's say we're working on ball screen defense, and we can say that we're going to guard it in a particular way, but then all of a sudden personnel plays a factor in it. So then you have to have awareness of what the other team's big picture is. And so now it's starting to put some of those things into action. Now it's not just doing it, it's doing it with a special amount of awareness to who you're playing against.
And I noticed that this entire coaching staff is brand new except for Rachel Banham this season. How does that play a role in leading this team, that it's just completely fresh leadership?
Isn't it odd that we call Rachel Banham the veteran of the coaches? But she's the veteran to Minnesota, that is for sure. And so what's been great for us is that our coaching staff has been together, and so you'll even see at the beginning of practice today, we'll have 3 different stations going on, and we're all working within the scope of what we're teaching offensively or defensively. And I can give them the concepts or the film to try to simulate, and then they can go, and we have worked together for a while and we know how to do that. Rachel is just this ball of energy, and she's someone that can help us in practice. She's someone who can talk to the players specifically to what it looks like, what it's been like. She's lived it, she is still living it, but also she can say, that she can play against us too, and so she can give us a really good look in some of the scenarios.
Last year, when you look at it, Mallory was asked to do almost more things than anybody. I mean, she guarded 3 positions. She shot from the outside. She scored inside. And I know that in media day you talk about giving her even more instead of setting the screens, coming out the screens and shooting. Just talk about how important she is to this group, and if you want to focus her more, or do you want to take advantage of her versatility?
Well, I think ultimately our whole offensive scheme, and really ideally defensively too, is set on versatility. And so Mallory is someone who plays with a great deal of versatility, and we're going to continue to try to grow that in her. But she's someone we would call in our type of style of play in our offense a prototype. She can really do a little bit of everything, and so just trying to get her comfortable with doing all that.
She wasn't. She's 30% or so from 3, but I liked her 3. There were games that she was very streaky. But do you like her scoring at all 3 levels?
Oh, it's outstanding. Yeah, we absolutely love that. And then she's also someone who, gets so many offensive rebounds that she creates more possessions for you too.
Do you know at this point kind of how deep you want your rotation to go?
Well, I think it all depends on situations, and I think we are learning all of those type of things right now. But I think a lot of times, if you're very fortunate, you're able to get into that 9, 10 consistently and play that way. We have to figure out, are we ready for that? Are we able to do that yet? And a lot of that's going to depend on matchups.
I think it's so unique that the Gophers women's basketball team is mostly Minnesotans. For a collegiate team, I think that's kind of rare.
Right.
Do you think that plays to the strengths of this team, that these girls played against each other or with each other in the high school level, and now they're part of this assisting team?
Well, I think what plays to our strengths is that we have a number of young ladies who grew up watching the Gophers and who have wanted to be a part of this program and who want to do special things for this program and for this university. And so that's what really I think we have to draw on and use to our advantage. At the same time, it certainly helps in drawing fans. Who better, you're watching someone that you've seen play for years, and so it makes it a lot of fun.
When you look at that group, they got so many minutes last year, the 3 freshmen, now sophomores. It seems like they each kind of had a role, both in terms of on the court and what their personalities were. Can you just, from what as you've gotten to know them, can you just talk about what maybe Mallory's role is in kind of the team building aspect?
Well, I think Mallory is someone who has an intensity to her in a very good way, but she doesn't, in the way that she plays, but she isn't really vocal with that, and so trying to get her, because she plays so hard and because her teammates see her as a leader in that capacity, that she can be more vocal for us and be someone that is kind of a leader on the defensive end in a lot of ways.
Has Ayanna been everything you kind of hoped as far, as a freshman? Is she ready to contribute a lot as a big off the bench?
What's been great about AJ, we call her. Ayana is that, or Aj, whichever term you want to use for her nickname. But she is someone who, in her frame, 6'2", 6'3", really, really athletic, is still learning the game in a lot of ways and is picking up really, really quickly. So her gifts to the game right now are that she plays really hard and she's really athletic and she can just go do some things that other players can't do quite yet.
Pretty strong. Too.
She's very strong, incredibly strong. Good luck moving her, I guess.
And the last one, Nia. It's good to see her back out there. I mean, she worked so hard for so long. I mean, how does she look?
She looks really, really good. Trying to get her to she's playing really hard. She's playing with a lot of confidence. Trying to get her to just play in control. Right now she wants to block every shot and, go up and snag every rebound, which that's a great thing. But at the same time, there are points in time you just have to do some other things. And so learning how to just play really solid is going to be something she's working on right now. All right, thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
In a lot of ways, she was your most versatile player last year, defending at three positions, shooting from the outside, the inside, offensive rebounding. Now, coach is talking about asking her to do even more. Can you just talk about, I guess, how she fits into the makeup of this team?
Well, like you said, I mean, she does everything for us. She's always, making the hustle plays. She's a really good offensive rebounder. She just understands the game, and I think things just come naturally for her. And so for her to be able to lead by example and then maybe take the role of being more of a vocal leader, that'll be huge for us.
She was talking about that. I mean, anybody who watched last year knows the intensity that she plays the game with.
Oh, yeah.
She was talking about it's a challenge sometimes to become a vocal leader. How has that process gone for her?
I think for some people it comes naturally. I think for me, I'm more of a vocal player, whereas she's someone that leads by example, and I think she always knows the right thing to do, and it kind of takes that. It's a little bit out of her comfort zone, but I think she's able to adapt to that and hopefully get better at that because I think a lot of people really look to her.
I still remember that Wisconsin game. I think she was 28 and 15 in that game. Scoring on offensive rebounds, scoring 5 of 7 from the three. I mean, when she's at the top of her game, in many ways, she's maybe one of your most important players, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, she's active on and off the ball. She's rebounding. She can hit it from the arc, but then she's a really good cutter. We're able to find her. When she's cutting to the basket, it's hard to defend, and then she's really good around the rim, too. So it makes it really tough to guard her.
Good runner, too, right?
Oh, yeah. Rim runner. She's a very good rim runner.
You have all new coaches this year except Rachel. What's this new leadership been like for you over the summer to work with them, and what are you looking forward to what they're going to bring to this team this season?
It's been fun. It's been a day-by-day thing. There's constantly new things and, terms they're using that we're picking up on, and so it's been an adventure. It's been challenging at times, but we love it. They're all just really good people and amazing coaches, and I think there's that level of trust that we have with them. So whatever they want us to do, you take it and you're like, all right, let's do it and see what happens.
What's your goal going into this new season? What are you focusing on? What have you worked on the most over the summer?
Yeah, I think just continuing to score at all levels is important. Continuing to improve on defense. Coach is really holding everyone accountable to that, and so having to defend is something really huge. So just finding ways I can contribute on both ends of the floor, and then of course off the floor too, and just be that leader for the team.
What's been your impression of Grace so far?
A what?
Oh,
Gigi. She can shoot the ball. She's just consistent. There's not too high or too low with her. She's always just consistent for us. Not as much of a vocal leader, kind of like Mallory, but a leader by example. And she's always going to bring her best. And she's going to bring 100%.
Well, last year as freshmen, you guys were asked her to do so much. It looks like she's going to be asked to do a lot as a freshman too. I mean, what does it take as a young player to be able to do something like that without letting the moment overwhelm you?
It takes a lot of mental toughness, especially just the ups and downs of it, and I think it's helped that we've gone through that. Now as sophomores, kind of to be able to lead her through that and talk through it. Even in the summer you experience highs and lows, and I think she felt that too. So just having us to lean on and get advice has been really helpful. Good? Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Mallory, what are you looking forward to this season, coming back for your sophomore year? New coach, tons of new leadership. What are you looking forward to?
I'm just excited for a new start. We got a new group of girls, new coach, kind of a new system. So I'm just really excited for the opportunities ahead of us this year.
What specifically do you think this new leadership team is bringing to you guys?
I just think like a lot more competitiveness, and just like a new style of play, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
You talked at Big Ten Media Days about how they're asking you to do a little bit more instead of setting the screens and the pin downs. Maybe you're going to be coming off those and getting shots. And I think of you as one of the more versatile players on this team to start with. How do you feel about even diversifying even more?
Yeah, I think it was a great opportunity this summer for me to be able to grow my game and to be able to play like more than one position. So I've been really working on that and my ball handling and coming off screens and stuff like that. So I've definitely been able to grow my game over the summer.
Last year they asked you to defend at 3 positions. I mean, you were sometimes depending on the perimeter, sometimes you were taking out a big inside. Where do you think your strengths lie?
I would just say kind of what I've always done: run the floor, rebound, be able to guard more than one position and play more than one position. So really just do whatever I can for the team.
Coaches talk about how she loves your focus and intensity, but she wants you to become more of a vocal leader.
Yep.
You know, there are so many players on this team already who are kind of like that. I suppose you didn't really feel it was necessary to do it, but I mean, is that a difficult thing for you to do?
Yeah, I'm definitely working on being more of a vocal leader. I feel like I lead by example. That's like one of my strengths, but definitely being more of a vocal leader, I've been working on a lot.
Nice to see Nia.
Yes.
I mean, after all the work she's put in to see her running around.
Yes, she's been doing great, making big strides. Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you.